Wanna play? Careful what you ask for.
Hello everyone, my name is Ian Valentino from the Valcast, and we're taking another look at a game from the Nebraska Esports Association StarCraft 2 Open. That's the NESPA Open. And it was a LAN tournament. LAN tournaments, they're all in the same room right now, playing on Quick Tech computers. That's quicktech.net. That's with a Q, so QUICKTEQ.net. You should check them out for their custom-built computers. But let's introduce the people in the game. We have Protasha, a NESPA organizer. Protasha is in the bottom left of Antigua Shipyard in Game 1, and in the top right, the Blue Terran, we have Jayhawk, the Blue Terran, as I said. This was a double elimination tournament, but this is the first game of their series in the winner's bracket. This is the second round of the winner's bracket. They both had a bye the first round, so this is really their first game that they are going to get to try in. This is the first game they're going to be playing for the tournament, and they're going to be playing for that $100 first prize, $50 for second place, and $25 for third. And wow, they are just going to be playing their hearts out. Protasha might be a little bit distracted. Organizing the entire event is a little bit distracting, I'm sure, but they're both going to be trying to get that $100 first place prize. Protasha putting up a gateway, standard timings. She is going to not put down an assimilator on 14 supply, so she might be going for some other sort of build order. Jayhawk putting down, there's the assimilator, but Jayhawk doing the standard stuff, putting the barracks at the front, getting all of his standard stuff. He actually is putting down a second supply depot at 12 supply. Now queuing up a few more SCVs, but his second supply depot is a little bit early. Protasha getting this scout. She probably is going to lose her probe, and there it does explode in a little blue puff of probe dust. Protasha now throwing up the cybernetics core. She's going to want to get that warp gate tech out as soon as she can to lay on some aggression. She also might be doing a one gate expand type of thing. She seems to be going with the standard 4 gate perhaps. She is throwing out the zealot. The SCV from Jayhawk controlling the center of the map, going to be able to see any forces from Protasha across the map unless she's sneaky and rallies it, so that it avoids the tower's vision. And this is MLG Antigua Shipyard, so there are supply depots at the bottom of every ramp, so there are no pylon wall-offs, no type of cheese like that will prevent the Terran from expanding. The probe is being built, and Protasha is also getting warp gate tech now, as well as getting a stalker. Gonna put down another pylon. So far it does look like a 4 gate. She'll need to throw down the 4 gates shortly. She's spending most of her minerals. She has quite a few probes at the moment that are harvesting their hearts out. That one zealot is going to just stay at the bottom of the ramp, trying to spot any sort of aggression coming out of Jayhawk. And he now has 3 different barracks, all going to be producing Marines. No add-ons right now for any of these barracks. A little bit risky to go with this sort of aggression. He is going to now put up a tech lab, so we will probably see some Marauders, a very good unit against Protoss. Here go 2 more gateways. Let's see if we see a third. Yeah, there it is. So there are 4 gateways now up for Protasha. A little bit late, but that's alright. She's not chrono boosting out her warp gate. She is now going to chrono boost that. She's been spending most of it on units that she's been making, trying to get that defense up for any early aggression, which we could see some aggression soon from Jayhawk. He does have quite a few barracks. He could be producing quite a few units very shortly. Finally getting the command center. Very, very late command center. Orbital command. Now putting down a factory. I don't know if he can support all of the buildings that he's making. He's not even producing units from these barracks at the moment. They're all unproducing. One Marauder is out, however. He is now queuing up a few more units as best as he can. He does have 2 Stalkers and a Zealot, now turning all of those gates into warp gates. Going to be able to warp in units anywhere on the map that there is power, which there's only power right here, no proxy pylon at the moment. Going to warp in a few units at the front, 2 sentries and 2 zealots. At the moment, Protasha is quite ahead, 40 supply to 27 of Jayhawk. It does look pretty grim for Jayhawk at the moment. With some good force fields, Protasha could get very much ahead, do a nice attack, maybe could build a warp prism if she so decides. Not expanding, neither player are, just this Jayhawk, this force from Jayhawk not getting very much bigger, is creating a few more units. That one's not even rallied, so that Marine's going to be standing guard at that barracks for now. Factory is now up, just trying to get to that starport tech, it seems. Now this small force from Protasha is going to move out. If it weren't for this wall, I would say that Protasha would have the advantage, but this wall off is going to do a lot of damage. Nothing being produced from this tech lab right now. No stem pack, no concussive shells, which is a rather cheap upgrade now that I look at it. A very cheap upgrade. No combat shield either. Engineering bay now coming up, however, to get some attack upgrades, and this Stalker is going to take a lot of hits before it gets to the ramp. Very bad micro there from Protasha. Loses that needlessly. Loses the second one needlessly. She is going to lose 3 units for absolutely no reason. Now streaming in a few more, however. Going to get 4 units now up. Going to be able to warp in as many units as she can. She might want to put a proxy pylon down there if she wants to keep up this aggression. 2 more Zealots and 2 more Stalkers now coming up. She'll be sending those over and possibly wanting to get those all the way over to the base. Here comes the force from Jayhawk. Now I do think that this force from Protasha is a little bit close. She's going to need to pull back to these reinforcements that are coming across. This force, she really needs to get the entire army attacking. This is not looking good. There it goes. It's attacking. Oh, it's 3 Stalkers against too many forces. She's going to lose all of these if it weren't for these reinforcements that she's going to come out with. And I think she might be able to come back with these reinforcements in tow. Needs to focus fire those low health Marines, though. Oh, these Zealots are going to do wonders. She needs to pull back those Zealots. Oh, she's going to lose a lot there. Really needs to have a lot better micro, because she is way ahead in supply. Just needs to micro that up. Forge now finishing up. She can get some more upgrades now. No upgrade or no expansion yet from either player still. Now building one though for Jayhawk. He does have a command center in production as well as 2 Vikings. It's more Marines. I'm surprised at the Viking choice. Unless he's going to be landing some Vikings, there is nothing for them to be killing. He is going to have these Marines at the watchtower, sending some more in as well, and just building units from those barracks. 2 Marauders, and he really could have more Marine production. He needs to saturate this main a little bit better and use the energy on this orbital command. He has 106 energy. That is 2 mules that he could be calling down. Here comes the Viking. Don't really see the point of the Viking right now. He hasn't spotted any Colossi, because there are no Colossi coming out. Protasha putting a robotics facility in possibly the worst possible location in her base. Going to be only powered by this one pylon at the moment. This force from Protasha is starting to look deadlier and deadlier, but so is the one from Jayhawk. So both of these players very, very curious. You really should be maxed out, or pretty close to. You should be maxed out by 20 minutes, even if you're a low class player. High class players can usually do it around 16, but Protasha isn't even close right now, and she's at 11 minutes. She really needs to continue this macro. There haven't been very many battles that holding either player back from this macro potential that they both have. Now lifting up this command center, but not flying it off right away. He's actually going to fly it off to this expansion here. Curious about this decision. It's going to be very hard to defend if Protasha catches wind of it. Protasha now ahead by 20 supply, even though her macro is starting to look even worse. She really needs to continue warping in units from all 4 of these gates. Now building an observer. Good decision if she was expecting any cloaked ghosts or banshees, but there are none on the way. Siege tech and stem pack are on the way, however, so possibly a siege push coming in the near future. Now producing a single siege tank, and all of these units being rallied to the front of the base still. This command center is not going to be put down here. It's going to be put all the way down in the bottom of the map. So possibly trying to keep that hidden, not doing that just as a defensible base, but as a hidden base. Going to hopefully start saturating that as soon as he can. Quite a few units here from Jayhawk, but still quite a bit behind Protasha. Protasha, really not much to say here. Again, I don't understand the missile turret. Jayhawk has not caught wind of any of these things. Actually, a bunker behind the mirror line. Very curious. Nothing out of Protasha suggests a drop or any air harassment, but Jayhawk is staying cautious, staying active. Protasha has way too many gates right now. She cannot be supporting 6 gates and a robotics facility off of 1 base, because this is basically not saturated right now, so she's not going to be able to support any of this stuff that she is building right now, wasting quite a bit of money. Needs to get her whole army in the fight here. All those zealots are going to work wonders against all of these marines, however, and oh my gosh, it looks like Protasha is going to finally win a big battle and should really just push right now. Needs to get all of her army in the fray at one time, and could do a substantial push right now. This Viking just buffering some damage, not really doing much. SCV just chilling out. A missile turret still in production, but did not get any farther built than that. Don't know why it got cancelled. Now it's being rebuilt. Infantry level 1 finally almost done, as well as the ground weapons level 1 from Protasha. Just finishing up now. Protasha transferring all of her probes down to, almost all of her probes down to the natural. She has quite a few probes. Need to keep a few more in her main. Possibly needs to expand. She is way ahead in supply, and this push is going to be the game ender most likely. And actually this supply depot is down. Still curious at the missile turrets. No real reason for them. But this barracks is up. This marine also just chilling out, doing his damage, but he's not going to do enough. And this game looks to be won by Protasha in game 1, so I would not be surprised to see a GG coming soon. Jayhawk might try and stick it out as long as he can. Wait till he loses his entire base. He does have this base in the bottom that he may be relying on for some last pitch play. They both have quite a few minerals stacked up. Need to work a little bit better on that macro, even though Protasha can't support all. Oh, she is warping in some more units back at home, building quite a few more pylons. She is near to supply blocks. Going to just build quite a few pylons. Now he's spending quite a bit of a few of those minerals. Jayhawk going to stay alive as long as possible, lift off everything. He does have this base. Could spawn 2 more mules right now, but is not going to. Just going to save that energy just in case there are those mules coming down now. So he's going to lose his entire base. He did have that bunker there doing some damage to these units, but I guess taken out as well. Now Protasha, oh wow, ahead in supply by so much. There is no possible way that Jayhawk is going to come back from this game unless Protasha just stops playing right now, but I don't foresee that happening. He's going to lose this tech lab as well. Really needs to get all of these units doing something, get them looking for the base that just flew away. Needs to take out this SCV. That's bugging me. She's letting an SCV chill out here. Could rebuild this entire base if he wanted to. Could build in the natural as well. He is still down here building a starport. He's probably going to be going for some banshees. When behind, what do? You need to go for some cheese. So he could support a banshee or 2 that are cloaked. But no, he's putting up a reactor. So I'm again very, very, very puzzled about the play from Jayhawk. When you have no supply, you still go for the reactored starports. Not going to do anything with this starport right now, but Protasha is going to find this base and is going to whack away at every little building, waiting for those reinforcements to come in. Protasha doing a pretty good job of macroing back home. So oversaturated at this expansion though, and keeping all these units just chilling out at the back. And Jayhawk is going to GG here, loses that first game. Protasha with a victory over the Blue Terran, so she is going to have at least a 3-game series, if not a 2-game where she wins. So she will definitely have a chance at winning this series. We'll see what happens in the rest of the series, see if she gets bumped down to the loser's bracket or will be able to secure the win. Let's just zoom in on those wonderful stalkers. Stay tuned for the rest of this series, and we will continue checking out these games from the Nebraska Esports Association StarCraft 2 Open from Lincoln, Nebraska.